Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport officials are now admitting their ambulance got lost on the way to a heart attack call. This happened a year ago. Now, the passenger from Flowery Branch died waiting for that help.
But Thomas Lawson's death in the South Economy lot exposed by 11 Alive Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe has sparked major changes that have made Atlanta's airport safer for millions of passengers.
The next stop is for domestic baggage claim.
You're here for your son's wedding.
Yes.
And his father's not going to be there.
Dad's not here, and you can't fill that spot ever.
Ruth Lawson returned to Atlanta after moving away, flying into the same airport where she watched her husband Thomas die from a heart attack while waiting 22 minutes for paramedics to show up and start CPR.
Sitting on the airplane, I was lucky enough to have an empty seat. And then I have an empty seat. There's supposed to be somebody sitting here.
Thomas.
That seat will be empty forever, even if there's another body in it. It's not the one who's supposed to be there.
All the ambulances were still at the airport last November, but the closest rescue station had already been bulldozed to make way for 5 new passenger gates.
That was Fire Station 32, right there. But it was demolished by the time you called 911. You were just on the other side of this parking garage.
Yep.
The new Fire Station 32 is under construction right now, and right next to the very same South Economy lot where Thomas Lawson took his last breath. The new fire station won't be opened until the end of next year, nearly 2 years too late to save Thomas Lawson's life. What questions would you like the airport to answer that they're not answering right now to us on the record?
Why the hell did you leave me sitting out there with no help for so long watching him die? How do you feel about it if it was your loved one you were sitting there? What would you have done? No, you still left me with someone who had already passed away on the ground just to stand there and stare at him with 911 in my ear having chatter conversation.
The team that responded to that 911 call got disoriented and took extra or long time to reach that patient, to make patient contact. So it was not about the location of our station or where they were reporting from. It's just purely and simply they got lost.
The general manager of this airport said that the ambulance got lost trying to find you and your husband.
I just thought they missed the entrance to get lost. Just put salt in the wound.
And report any unattended baggage.
There's a new arrival at the terminal, ladder trucks. Since we started asking questions, the airport has begun staging emergency vehicles with EMTs just outside the main doors for hours at a time. By having rescuers sit in their vehicles instead of a distant firehouse, the average medic unit response time has dropped below 8 minutes for the first time in 2 years. And the airport has shaved 40 seconds off the average overall EMS response time since our first story aired.
Because of the incident in the parking lot, we are moving forward to hire an entire cadre of dispatchers who are certified to do emergency medical dispatching.
Every 911 dispatcher here could not give CPR instructions, and now they can. Now all of them will be trained to give pre-arrival instructions. That has got to give you some solace.
It's too late for me.
All of those anonymous faces you just passed in the airport are safer because of what you helped uncover.
I keep my fingers crossed the system works.
But the airport also sent half of its fleet of regular ambulances 500 miles away for months. Why? Tomorrow night at 11, Brendan tracks down airport ambulances in Ohio and reveals what the city knew before putting the safety of passengers at risk.